FNL Vintage. Retro runway footage. Resurfaced interviews. And style archives. Revisit iconic collections. And celebrities. Of fashion seasons past.
I'm here with someone that doesn't need an introduction because you guys watch her all the time on E, and she's very witty and smart and funny. So we just walked out of the 30th anniversary of Dennis Basso. What did you think?
I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful show. I loved every single piece that came down that runway. I thought it was extraordinary. He's at the top of his form.
And are you wearing Dennis Basso?
Of course. You don't, anyone that goes to somebody's show and doesn't wear the designer's clothes is an idiot, especially when you're sitting in the front row.
You want to know how many times I've interviewed someone front row and I ask them what they're wearing and they turn red because they're actually not wearing the designer?
Well, then you shouldn't sit in the front row.
Yeah, you should like go home.
Yes, yes, yes.
So how's everything going on Fashion Police?
Everything in Fashion Police is great. Everything, Joan and Melissa, we're going to our 3rd season on February 23rd. So everything is going great. No complaints, knock on whatever.
That's right. All right. So I'm dying to know why you're the most hated man in Hollywood.
I think I was. Now I'm the most sassy man in Hollywood. I have been trying to be more positive and conscious of what I'm putting out there over the last few years. So I don't want it to be hated, but I don't need it to be liked.
Hey. Right. And you know what? When you first started, you would, from my understanding, you would go to the coffee shop and work your off like
Every day,
crazy.
Because I didn't have internet access at home, so I would go use their Wi-Fi, and I would get there before they'd even open, sit outside in the cold and in the dark in Los Angeles and start vlogging.
Nigel Barker, how do you feel today?
Wonderful, wonderful. It's actually my first show at Fashion Week, believe it or not. I've been busy with a whole bunch of other things, but I'm here and I'm here in force despite the weather.
Yeah, it's crazy outside. There's like a huge blizzard coming, and
can't stop the fashionistas.
That's right.
The show must go on.
The show must go on, even with all the snow and slate and ice and crazy stuff.
And we're here to see Noon by Noor, which is a wonderful show. A touch of the East is brought to New York City, and they do such a wonderful job. And I just back with the designers, and they're very excited, and they're also very humble, which is beautiful.
So let's talk about your new show that you're hosting now.
It's called The Face. Premieres February 12th on Oxygen. And it's really exciting. Naomi Campbell, Karolina Kokova, Coco Rocha, 3 amazing supermodels face off as they try to impart the ways of the supermodel to their aspiring models, where one girl will become the face of Ulta Beauty. It's really quite a show. It's on Oxygen, like I said, and I tell you what, I've been in this genre for many, many years. I've never done anything quite like this show. I've never seen the passion and the commitment by any model like I've seen in this show. So you're going to see Naomi Campbell like you've never seen her before, Karolina Kokova, and of course Coco Rocha. Watch out. If you think you know fashion, you know nothing until you've seen The Face.
Nicole, very beautiful actress. And we are here on the runway at the Nicole Miller show. And I thought maybe you were gonna walk in the show when I saw you backstage.
I wish.
Did you hear that, Nicole? Maybe, one day Nicole on the show?
Almost. I walked out and I almost had my moment there.
I saw all those photographers taking pictures of you when you were coming down. So I wanted to ask you about the Quentin Tarantino movie you were in.
Django Unchained.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Not yet. I've been filming, I've been on set, but that's one of the films I'm gonna see as soon as I get free.
Yeah.
I swear.
Go see it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And not just because I'm in it. I've read every Tarantino script and watched every Tarantino movie ever. This is by far his most amazing. And that's saying a lot because he's Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. How was it working with Quentin Tarantino?
I'm completely spoiled. I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to work with another director after this experience. He's generous, he's funny, he has this amazing focus on details that's just reassuring to his actors. He has your back. So awesome. You've never seen a Tarantino movie and said, I'm not sure about that actor.
Right.
So you just have the freedom to try anything because you have the greatest person in the industry watching you.
And then, are there future projects that you're currently working on or in development, or is there anything you can tell?
Goodness, I'm still, sort of on the tail end of promoting Django Unchained. I'm making my world tour of Fashion Week, and then and all the while I'm auditioning like crazy. So when I get my next job, you'll be the first person to know.
Thank you. And then, what do you do for your physique? I mean, you have a great body. Your skin's amazing. Look at that. Hold on. Let's do that again. Look at that bicep. So tell me, what do you?
I eat broccoli and I work out 5 times a week.
How much? You eat a lot of broccoli? Are you kidding? Or you eat your Wheaties and your spinach like Popeye.
I do. I don't know. I eat well and I exercise. I eat what I like, and on the days when I eat a little more of what I like, I just work out an extra amount of time. I wish there was some secret recipe to it, but really, you gotta work out and you have to eat well.
Nikki Hilton, you look stunning. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing all Rebecca Minkoff.
Isn't she amazing?
She is. She really does everything. Shoes, handbags, jewelry, coats. I mean, everything. I was in her doing a fitting with her yesterday, and there's just everything. It's insane. And I met her years ago when she had a few handbags. So it's so amazing and to see how she's grown this brand.
I agree with you. Molly Simpson, how do you feel? You look great. How do you feel?
This is a secret little place.
Yeah.
Backstage, little small room. He gets them all.
That's right. We get to eat really good sweets, drink coffee, tea, or water, and hang out and have private time where no one bothers us.
I know, right? No, it's good. I mean, listen, we just came from the Carolina Herrera show, and it was so beautiful. She sent me this gorgeous, lovely dress. And when you wear her clothes, you feel rich. Even if you're not rich, she makes you feel rich. And I don't know, her show is always so elegant. Even the audience, everyone just looked so pretty this morning.
Can we do a pan of her beautiful dress? Let's do a pan up and down. It's very, very beautiful. So tell me about your website and what the URL is and where your fans could go to get information.
So it's mollysims.com. It's pretty easy, just my name. And it's all my tips on fashion and beauty and fitness and kind of a little bit behind the scenes. And then we just sold a book to HarperCollins called The Everyday Supermodel, which will be a little bit of tidbits before the book comes out in January of 2014. So we're really excited.
Where would people be able to buy the book? I guess I can get information on your website too, but do you know?
They'll get it next year on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, everywhere. And it's all my little tricks of the trade for the past 20 years.
That is really, really exciting. Congratulations. Do you have a Twitter handle and all that?
I do. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Google it. You'll find it. Google it. You'll find it.
Let me ask. Where is Bianca? Let me see.
Bianca.
Where is Bianca? Bianca, what's my Twitter handler?
What is it?
Molly B. Sims.
Molly B. Sims. That's what it is.
I just do it in my thing. It's all here. I never look at it.
Now, in society,
Get the Molly Sims. I had to add the B.
I like that. And B, is that your middle name, I guess?
Yeah, we had to change it. It was a long story.
So, in America, there's this horrible thing happening of bullying, where kids at school are bullying each other, utilizing different social networking tools and so on and so forth. Have you ever had to have a personal experience like that, or have you had a friend that was bullied
I have
younger?
a family member right now that's going through it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, she's 14, and you have never in your life seen the depths that these little girls will go through to A, be mean, and B, just do it because they can. But it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
I agree with you. What advice would you give to the young kids out there that might be experiencing something similar to your family member that's 14?
It's so difficult. I think the best advice I would give is keep talking, talk to someone. Don't, think you can handle it on your own, because you can't. And I think talking and communicating and even if it's really bad, just tell someone over and over. And if they don't believe you, keep telling. I think that's the best advice that I could give young girls and young boys and anybody personally. I think when people are aware of a problem, they're more apt to help you.
And go to your school counselor if you don't feel comfortable talking to your parents. Because I find that when you hold something in, it just bottles up and eventually it explodes.
It bottles up, but I think it's the biggest thing is that it's what you said. It's like the kids don't feel comfortable. So whether it be a friend, a loved one, anyone, a school counselor, a therapist, anyone. Someone's going to listen to you ultimately.
We are backstage with the amazing Nanette Lepore for your fall/winter 2013 collections right here at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. How does it feel? You have all these people running around you. I feel like everyone's like a working ant. Everyone's getting everything together. The whole presentation. How does that feel in your stomach?
I feel really lucky to know that I can just focus on interviews and taking care of like the last minute details of the show, and then I have a team that is this responsible and this good that I know nothing's going to go wrong. So that feels good.
That's amazing. That's actually amazing. And it must be an amazing feeling. So let's talk about your collection this season. I would like to know about the color palette, the fabrics, and the journey, or let's say the inspiration for what we're gonna see on the runway today.
Okay, so the colors are deep violet and deep olive, and very sort of grounded with black, which is more black than I usually put on the runway. And there's a deep floral garden that's almost like a midnight garden, and a watery print that's very manipulated. And the surface textures are really modern, sort of rubberized wools and high surface texture of like impressed fabric. So there's a newness to the fabrics and the surface texture. And then the handbags are this fabulous hologram material. So handbags and shoes are very like galactic, and they really pop like just a basic black coat, and you pop it with like an amazing shot of color. So it's like a new metallic. And it's all the pieces that you need in your suitcase when you take your expedition to Mars.
Wow! I can't wait to see it. So when you say like a hologram, this material, I'm actually right behind you. Is it okay if I take this off the hanger?
Yes, but now there's a more fabulous blue one
Oh.
over there. Do you want to see the more fabulous?
Yes, yes, come. All right, so let's grab this bag.
Here's one. Here we have to take it. This one is going to glow. This is it. This is the future. Oops. Here's the
And this is a
future.
first look before it even goes on the runway.
It's very like clean and shiny, but the eyes are really mysterious. So we have, yes, here it is. This is the first look. So you have a sneak peek.
So how did
And
you?
it's going to be like, really exciting.
So did you come up with this material, or did
I
how did?
researched and found it through research.
That is amazing. It looks amazing, and I can't wait to see it in action on the runway with the models.
There'll be a lot of action with this handbag, I think. It's only for the most daring of women. But that's all my customers are very daring,
Yeah, and then-
strong.
Define your brand. Who's the Nanette Lepore woman?
Everybody who wants to feel fabulous and sexy. That's my new word today. Word of the
Fabulous.
day, fabulous.
Fabulous and Nanette Lepore. That's right. I agree with you. Well, thank you so
Okay,
much.
I need a new word of the day. Get me off of that one.
I typically would say amazing, but fabulous or beautiful, stupendo would be Italian, but
I think amazing. We'll move on to amazing.
okay.
Okay.
Michael, Kenneth Williams, Chalky, or that's his show right now. I wanted to ask you first, what are you wearing?
I am wearing Rick Owens.
It looks tight. It looks really good.
Nets, but everything else is Rick Owens.
Are you from Brooklyn?
Born and raised.
How do they say? Brooklyn in the house, right?
Brooklyn's in the house.
So what did you think about the Zhang Toy Show?
I love the Zhang Toy Show. I thought it was classic. It was clean. It's bold. I love his use of color. I also love his use of his ethnic background, the Asian influence in it. But by far, I think the black session, the black stuff that he was doing was beautiful with the gold and the gold embroidery, just so regal,
Yeah, I just interviewed him a little bit ago, and he was saying that Russia inspired him, and I agree with you 100%. It was very classic and beautiful.
Yes, and strong. I just love it.
Yeah.
Bold.
Yes. Bold's a very good word.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you a bit about Boardwalk Empire. You
Yes.
played Chalky.
Yes.
Chalky White, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And from what I understand, you're going to go back to set tomorrow and start filming again.
This is correct. Back to the grind.
Back to the grind.
Season 4.
Do you know where you're going to go with the story, where the story is going for the season?
Vaguely, but Terry, he lets out, a little bit at a time, kind of keeps us all in suspense.
And then last season, Is there anything you can tell us about last season? Actually, you know what? To be honest, I haven't finished watching it yet, so I don't want to get spoiled because I'm a big fan. And I interviewed Steve Buscemi earlier today. Him and his wife came and they watched the Annette Lepore show. And Annette dresses his wife, and we were talking a little bit about the show. And he was saying, you know, like behind the scenes when you guys aren't filming, I think you had touched upon this too. Like all of you, the group, you're really good friends. You kind of play jokes on each other.
Family.
Yeah.
I call it the boys club. You know, we get together on set. It's all love. You know, we work with each other. We support each other. It's an excellent working environment. Everybody's cool. You know, the writing is amazing. The fashion is amazing. And we're just having a great time. It's a great gig.
So what's your favorite thing about being an actor on Boardwalk Empire?
Getting to play a strong black male in the 1920s. You know, he's not subservient. You know, and you know, he's successful in his own right. He has a family. He's proud, and he's respected. You know, as a man. I think it's an homage to my ancestors to be given the opportunity to play such a strong character. I'm grateful.
And then you are the Nucky Thompson of the entire race, right? On the show, on Boardwalk Empire, like you control, but Nucky comes to you and says, Chucky, I need you to take care of this problem, that problem, that problem. Is that correct? Do I have that right?
You know, yeah, Chalky White is definitely respected in the African American community on Atlantic City, which was known back in the day as a chicken bone beach. You know, his word carries weight. People listen to him, and if he has persuasion with the people to get them to sway a certain way. You know, but it's respect. It's not fear. It's definitely respect. Yeah.
When you get the script, is there anything you do to get into that mindset, to get into that character? Because I've seen you act in that show where you've been, for example, there's one scene where your daughter brings your daughter brings this doctor that you want her to date to this club, and everyone's dancing and drinking, and this man disrespects your daughter on the show, and you jump in and you like smash his face, whatever, you know, you beat the hell out of him. But then the doctor kid that you want to marry your daughter on the show starts helping him, but he just got hit by that guy or something like that.
Yeah.
So what do you do to get into that type of mode, that type of scene? Do you pull from, you know, I was raised from Brooklyn, so I know how it is in the street. I mean,
it's a number of different things I pull from. You know, I can't really say any. I can't really, you know, say one thing. It depends on what the character, what the scene is calling for, what I might pull from. But one of the main things I take into all my characters, when I'm creating them or when I'm getting into characters, always music, some sort of music. So you know, whether it's from past or from the present, there's always music in my ingredients. One of my main ingredients to help me get into character and help me find what this character is going through.
So would it be safe to say that if you're going to go into a love scene with your wife on the show, that you would listen to some type of music that would bring you back to your own personal situation where you were in love at one time, or you're currently in love, to get your mindset that way, and then you go into the scene with that emotion? Or you're going to be angry or whatever, and that's how isn't it, they call that the Meisner theory? I think it's like an acting.
No, it's actually the method.
Meisner method. I'm sorry.
Meisner is repetition. You know, finding the truth behind the word. And once you made that decision, then you go to method and you access emotion to breathe life into it. But but if I was doing a love scene, I would probably listen to something like Sade, definitely, or Maxwell. You know, some Jill Scott. You know.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for all the insight.
No doubt. Thank you.
Absolutely. We are here backstage with the Zhang Toy Show. His Fall/Winter 2013 collection just ended, and it was breathtaking. How does it feel to be backstage? We have all these people, press, celebrities here wanting to come thank you. What's that feeling like?
No, it just feels great to be loved. All the hard work to get all the support and love of everyone. And I cannot thank you enough. I really, really appreciate everyone's support and love.
So let's talk about the collection that we saw this evening on the runway. I want to hear about the fabric and the color palette and the inspiration.
Well, the inspiration of 413 come from Imperial Russia. I went to St. Petersburg, Russia for the first time last November. I was blown away. It was the most inspiring, most beautiful trip I've ever taken. It is so opulent and so historical. So I decided I want to do my own take of Imperial Russia. And the Russian theme have been done by so many designers before. So I decided if I'm going to do Russia, I'm going to put my own stamp on it. The first thing I get rid of is a fur hat on every model's head. You know, usually every design they put a fur hat on. And I also took a different role in the opening part scene of the collection. I decided to go very neutral. I was inspired by the beautiful parquetry work of Russia, where they do very intricate design. Instead of taking the design inspiration, I took the color inspiration from the parquetry, the amber, the mahogany, and the jade to open up the very sellable, very wearable collection. And then we moved into evening, and all the Russians love their bling and their jewels. Yes. So that's where it inspired the amethyst, the emerald, and sapphire, and the gold Fabergé. And I have been in love with Fabergé for the last 30 years. And I decided to pay tribute to the greatest jeweler in the world by doing a modern take of Fabergé jewelry. And then, of course, the last, but not least, the last three gowns at the grand finale were inspired by the most opulent ballroom I've ever seen, the gilded ballroom at the Peter Hart Palace, which was my favorite palace. The beautiful molding inspired the last three gowns of the grand finale.
I am backstage with the one and only Vivienne Tam. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
谢谢你好.
Yeah, 你好, 你好. It's so exciting today. I can't believe that, you know, the first year of the day and I'm doing my fashion show.
It's gonna bring good luck, prosperity, love, and health to you.
Yes, not you too.
Thank you to us together.
To everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So what are we gonna see on the runway for Vivienne Tam Fall Winter 2013?
It's going to be very, very exciting. You know, why I'm doing this collection, I myself was so exciting about this collection. It's about, you know, the cultural dialogue, the changes, the awakening, you know. Why I'm doing the last couple of months while I'm doing this collection, I was so inspired by the punk movement and the pop culture. And the China's new government, and then Obama got re-elected, you know. It's so much hope and love and changes, you know, and challenging. I was so inspired, you know, yeah. You will see this collection, you know. And I want to use the fashion as creating the dialogue, you know, to the world, you know. It's about my own creativity and adaptations, you know, yeah. And transcends the politics and ideologies to a new era. People ask me, is it like politics? No, too much. No. It's about transcends politics and ideologies to a new era.
Wow.
Something very positive, very, very exciting,
very meaningful.
Very meaningful, you know, yeah. As a designer, I want to do something.
I think it's amazing that you not only do you design great clothes, but you're making a change with your clothing. You're making statements like you just explained.
Dialogue between cultures, you know, yeah. Culture.
So
yeah.
let's talk about the color palette, the fabric.
The colors are very simple, like red, cream, and black, and essence of blue, and you will see some olive color, army colors, and very simple but very graphic, you know, same time. So like, I love it, you know, like very like the prints are very statement, you know, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Oh,
It's
my
always
pleasure. I hope you
a
enjoy the
pleasure.
collection. Yeah.
Thank you. I can't wait to see it. Yeah. What brings you to Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week?
I don't know. I guess it speaks for itself. I'm a big fan of fashion. I'm a New Yorker. Fashion Week in New York kind of came together. No, I'm a fan of this collection in particular, of this artist. You know, I like the architecture of the fashion that she creates, and you know, I'm here to support. I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm a fan of the arts, so I feel like fashion is just another lane of creativity, and I'm a big fan.
Okay, so let's talk about Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
Do you love it, and what do you love about it?
I love it. I love taking taking my partner, whoever that may be, on the journey of a lifetime. You know, it really becomes something that they remember for the rest of their life. I try to make it memorable, obviously for good reasons, not for worse, but you know, it's like they become so vulnerable. They put themselves out there, and I'm there for them. So you know, you build relationships, which I love. You build friendships and lifelong, again, camaraderie that lasts for a while. And yeah, I like the performance. I like a lot of things about the show.
So what is your favorite dance? If you weren't on the show and you were out on a date or wife or whatever, what would be the favorite dance that you would like to do?
My favorite dance that I would do socially?
Yes.
I don't know. I guess the two-step, the partner two-step. I don't know, or like the snapping fingers on the side.
Awesome.
Otherwise, you know, every dance is special. Every dance is different. It's like asking which child you love the most. There's a mood and a character behind every dance, and so I like them both. I like them all when the time calls for it.
How do you feel today?
I feel great. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. I'm happy that we're indoors and we're not getting snowed on and iced on and tripping. That would be horrible. It's a mess out there.
Yes, me too. I'm actually here doing some hosting myself for Tresemme Style Setters, and I was so nervous that I wasn't gonna make it because of this awful weather, but I'm here.
I'm glad that you're here. I enjoy interviewing you. So what are you wearing today?
Minkoff. Go figure.
Yeah, and I'm actually not wearing Minkoff because, you know.
Go home, buddy.
Exactly. I don't think I would fit in one of her dresses. I might rip it, and I don't do drag. All right, so how's everything going with you? How are the different projects? How's
Good. Life is good. I'm happy to be back at Fashion Week doing my thing, and always happy to see Rebecca. But yeah, the Fashion Week chaos is fun.
She's a really nice person, and she's a really talented designer.
Yeah, incredible.
Did you see anything off the racks that just absolutely blew you away that you were like, I have to have that?
Everything, but there are like awesome shoes. The coats are really beautiful. I'm a jacket lover, so yeah, lots of things to add to my wardrobe.
Ramona and Alex from the New York Housewives. So what are you wearing? Let me ask you that first.
This is actually Bagley Mishka, and I really love dresses and dresses that show my figure, which I think this does. What do you think?
I think it really does. It contours your bodies really well.
That's right. Well, I've been working out a lot, you know.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, I see it. How about you?
I am wearing Falguni and Shane Peacock, whose show I saw earlier, and it's a little edgy for me.
Not you. You're always edgy, honey.
It's sheer on the top. I had to put something underneath it.
Now, the last time, Alex, you and I spoke with you and your husband, and you guys were going on this reality show counseling thing to help. Yes, couples therapy. Now, did that improve your relationship at home? Do you have better sex now?
It's all about the sex. The sex has always been good, but you know what? We actually did learn how to communicate with each other better. We learned how to stop and listen to each other, to let each other finish a sentence, and also we're both really hard on each other, and we learned how to take a compliment, because you would not believe if someone says, oh, you look great today, and you're like, yeah, whatever, but you can stop and say thank you, and that's actually really important.
And the last time we spoke, I think if my memory serves me correct, we spoke about like a jewelry line, something like that. You were creating something.
I've always had the jewelry line, and now I have Ramona Pinot Grigio, which is available nationwide. It's a really great Pinot Grigio.
That's right, we were talking about that. That's right, because I've interviewed you over the years, and first it was the jewelry stuff, and then now it's the Pinot Grigio. That's right, look, so I hope you're wearing it, right?
Of course.
So how's that going, and how's the...
It's going really well. It's in all of Total Wines throughout the country. You can go online, winebuyer.com to buy it. They ship all over the country. And I introduced you red wine. I'm actually doing the flower show March 4th, I believe. It's the first Saturday in March in Philadelphia from 2:30 to 4:30.
That's awesome.
With the wine, both the white and the red.
Did you say Philadelphia?
Yeah, Philly.
Okay, what's better, Pat's or Gino's steak?
I have no idea. You tell me.
Okay. Pat's. Pat's is better. Gino's looks all fancy. Okay. Pat's is the one where they filmed Rocky, and there's actually a thing that says Rocky was filmed here in 19 whatever. Really? But it's more, I like it better.
Okay, great.
We'll believe you.
All right, thank you both very much. You look great.
Rocco. So do you. You look very handsome as always.
Oh, thank you so much. What are you wearing today?
I'm wearing Nautica today. Awesome. For the, I was really excited to come to this show. I love their new line, and they haven't done a show in the last couple of years, so I'm excited about this one.
What is your favorite thing to do on set when you guys are filming Twilight Saga?
We play a lot of words with friends with each other. We're standing right next to each other and playing words with friends with each other. Yeah.
So that's fun. Like the hit game on the set.
The hit game on That and Angry Birds, but you can't play Angry Birds with somebody else. So
right.
You know, you run around
like on your iPhone, like
yeah. It's funny because you'll be standing right next to each other playing Words with Friends.
Now, there's this huge epidemic happening in the States and probably all over the world where people are being bullied. Have you ever experienced anything like that? And if you had, what type of experience, what type of advice would you give to young kids out there that are in school that, you know, are maybe being bullied in the neighborhoods, you know, stuff like that?
You know, bullying is a very tough thing. It's a very tough subject, and it's hard to deal with. I mean, you know, even being in doing what we do as actors, we get bullied all the time by the paparazzi and by, you know, people who write things about you that aren't true. So even in the grown-up world, it's difficult, and it's hard on me too. Like, I'll read stuff that just isn't true about me, and you know, I feel for those kids. And I remember back in high school when kids would get bullied, and you know, it takes a lot of courage to be able to stand up for yourself. It takes a lot of courage to know that things that aren't true that people are saying, or you know, things that people are doing to knock you down, to just stay centered and know that you'll get through it. You know,
things do get better.
Things do get better, and there are support groups, and you know, there are people that care about you, and people who love you, and people who know the truth about you, and that's who what matters. That's who matters.
Well, you're a really good guy, nice guy. Thank you so much, Peter, for your time. I am here backstage at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Fall/Winter 2013 with Ralph Rucci. How does it feel? You know, we're a little half an hour, maybe an hour before the show starts. How does it feel? How do you feel in your stomach right now?
Well, you know, now you're in the midst of it. There's no nervousness. You have to do it, and you have to do it perfectly. And it doesn't matter how many years we've been doing it. This is the 31st year. It's always the first time. I was nervous because there are a lot of new things that are being introduced, but I have an incredible crew, extraordinary people that are making sure that everything is perfect. So we present, and you never know. I take it seriously, but at the same time, if I like it, if I think it's correct, then I'm pleased with it.
How many pieces are you showing this season?
I won't say.
Okay.
You know why? It seems to have become a matter of conversation that you have to show X pieces instead of Y. And you have to show what you need to show in the amount of time you need to show it to get the message. When people say you have to do 20 pieces in 8 minutes, I'm too old for that.
Right.
We're showing 65 pieces in 16 minutes.
When I watch your show, I feel like I'm going on a journey.
Good, I want you to.
It's an experience, the fabrics, the way that you utilize the textures and patterns and silhouettes. Can you tell me, what is the journey this season?
The Silk Route.
Okay.
Tibet via France and Italy and Spain in the turn of the century in the 1800s when Orientalism hit. But she's all twisted.
Oh.
She's twisted because she's also taken back, she's as if she were painted also by Francis Bacon. And there's a lot of black leather in it.
Wow. So very sexy. So the fabrics, the color palette that you use for this journey?
Violet, lots of violet, shades of violet, black, citrus, nutmeg, brown, and then in the evening, there's lots of explosions of hot pink and copper and purple and golds. Okay, and black.
Hey, I love black. You see what I'm... So if you could define the brand, who is Ralph Rucci Woman?
She has an international possibility. She's tremendously educated. She's curious. And I think she might choose the clothes because she has the ability to see how it can fit her lifestyle, and they're not overtly screaming something about fashion, but about herself.
I'm backstage with Jeremy Scott at Milk Studios. You're about to showcase your Fall/Winter 2013 collection. How do you feel right this second?
I feel excited. I'm excited to share it with everyone. I'm excited to get it over with. It's been 6 months of grueling work, so I'm happy to get it on the runway and on the road.
Now, I know when you and have your guests and they sit front row, have a front row seat, there's a bag that's always gifted, which is awesome. And the theme of the bag seems to be kind of the theme of the show, or there's print on the bag that's also utilized in the show. So I wanted to ask you about that print and the theme of the show, and
Absolutely. I did this kind of snarling, dripping, gooey monster as face as my print, and I was really thinking just about like skate culture and heavy metal, magazines and heavy metal music and this kind of, teen boy, gross, pukey kind of attitude in a way.
I thought like Garbage Pail Kids. When I first saw it, I was like, that's really cool. That's like, I used to collect those.
And that falls into that whole genre. I mean, it's a very large umbrella, but yeah, that genre, it's kind of very like a teen boys, like angst fantasy of kind of artwork.
That's awesome. So let's talk about some of the celebrities you work with. When I have time, I'll watch TV. I don't watch TV that much, but I see often people wearing your stuff all the time. How does that work? Let's say the fans out there are like, wow, how did that celebrity get the clothes? I mean, of course people can buy your stuff, but how does it work when a celebrity contacts you? Do they call you up, hey, Jeremy, can I get this? Can I get that? And you just collaborate with whatever they're doing, or how does that work?
Well, each thing is individual and unique. I mean, in the sense of, Rihanna and I have a personal relationship, so she might ask me something personally. She also might wear something for a photo shoot that her stylist pulled. It's all very unique. I mean, Madonna might have me do something for the tour, or she might have gotten something at Barney's. It's all kind of, multi-leveled. So it's kind of per thing. Yeah.
I am here with the very beautiful Eve. The Nicole Miller show just ended. What did you think?
I loved it. There's a lot of pieces that I would love to own. A lot of fedoras. The pants were amazing. I loved it.
You actually smell amazing. What are you wearing?
It's called Florence by Toka.
Oh, wow. So what have you been up to? How's everything coming along with the music and the entertainment business?
Fingers crossed. My album comes out May 14th. Everything's been good. The single is out. The viral single's out called She Bad Bad on iTunes. There's a remix out. And then I just recently shot a video with Gabe Supporta from Cobra Starship. And that'll be out in a few weeks.
Wow. So how is it to shoot music videos? Do they play the track while they're filming you, or how does that work for the people out there that don't know?
Yes, so basically you have a loud, giant speaker and cameras in your face, and then you kind of just act it out, sing it out. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all your success. You look great. What are you wearing tonight?
I am wearing Nicole Miller tonight and Monica Chang boots.
Well, thank you so much for your time. You look beautiful. Let me get my kisses. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for watching Fashion News Live, and stay tuned as I'm not going to let you leave just yet. I got to do my outro. Thank you for watching Fashion News Live, and stay tuned as we continue showcasing only the best of the best right here at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Fall Winter 2013. Right?
Yes.
All right. Now you can go. Thank you. We are backstage with a very beautiful Coco Rocha. How do you do?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing good. So what brings you to Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week this season?
Clothes. Definitely clothes. No, right now I'm here the first time in, I say, a year, and I can't believe that, to see my friend Rebecca Minkoff.
Yeah, she's an amazing designer. We interview her every season, and I got a chance to preview the collection. Did you get a chance to look at it?
Not. I mean, I just know that it's going to be wearable, accessible, and I love her purses. I mean, I have a wall of just Rebecca Minkoff purses. It's just hers, that's it. And she's just the sweetest lady, and that's what usually brings me to come to shows, is the relationship that I have with the designers.
So let's talk about the show that, yes. Tell me about the teams, tell me about everything.
All right, what are you talking about? I'm on a new show called The Face with Naomi Campbell and Carolina Kakova. And it is a competition show, and each of us have our own teams, and we mentor 4 girls each. Okay. So it is competitive, it's passionate, but it's something that we're probably never gonna have seen. We think of last year how we loved mentorship shows, music, singers, actors, but we've never seen modeling like this. So it will be interesting. I mean, it's a competition for all the girls, only one winner, but it is definitely a competition between your mentors as well. So you'll love it. I think you'll love it.
Are there any fights between you and Naomi and Carolina? Or
the thing is, we're competitive girls. We come from an industry where, you have to rise above everything. So we bring that to this show. And when the cameras are off, it's still life. This wasn't just like cameras off and, we're back to normal. Once we had our teams, those were our babies. Those girls, we wanted everything for them. So you're not on the sidelines rooting for the other team. You're rooting for your team.
Now, let's say all the models that are out there, or aspiring young models that are out there that they're not on the show, but one day they want to follow in your footsteps and be like you, or Naomi Campbell, or Cindy Crawford, or Petra Nemikova or whoever, what advice would you give those little girls and boys at home that one day want to be a model?
Well, what's so interesting about the show is that there's 3 different mentors from 3 different times in their careers and started at 3 different times. So there isn't just one road to success as a model, and I think that's what everyone's going to find so fascinating is not one way and that's it. So what I tell you to these supposed models are completely different than what Naomi would say or Carolina. For me personally, nowadays it's really about personality. I mean, there's so many beautiful girls. If you look at just in the tents, there's hundreds of models. Which one makes it better than the rest of them? And that's personality. That's making sure you have a voice and opinion. And you know, Naomi and Carolina could totally say something different, but I think we all agree that personality is a huge part of our industry and models now.
I agree with you 100%. Now tell me about your exercise and diet. What do you do for your skin? And what are the model secrets of Coco?
You wish there were, they're not. I mean, I try to work
genetic.
out. This is genetic right now, but I mean, I definitely think that when I go to work, it is a workout. I come back from like a photo shoot and I'm sweating. I don't know why, but I am. And I mean, I'm the sort of girl that if I want to eat a hamburger, let me eat a hamburger. If I want to indulge in something, there's no reason why I cannot let myself. I'm 24. I should be able to have, you know, some good time foods. One day that will change and I will give you a different answer. But right now I'm totally fine with my skin and I'm not worried about eating a salad every day. I'm not that girl. And it's cold out. I want like chili and give me stews and warm pasta.
Welcome to Fashion News Live. I'm your host, Rocco. We are here with Charlotte Ronson. How do you feel?
I'm good. I'm tired. I'm like, it's a rush. It's been exciting.
It's like a massive adrenaline rush. Build up for 6 months and then bam, it's there.
Boom.
So let's talk about your collection this season. I want to know about the fabrics. I want to know about the color palette. I want to know about the inspiration.
Well, the inspiration, I kind of went back to my roots, my British heritage, and with a 60s modern feel.
And if you could define the brand, who is that Charlotte Ronson girl?
I like to think she's confident, she's feminine, has her own kind of sense of style, her own identity, and feminine with a little bit of a tomboy twist.
I'm here with a very beautiful Brooke Shields. What did you think about the Neem Khan show?
I'm such a fan. I'm even more of a fan. I just think his stuff is so stunningly beautiful. And the fact that he is such a kind, gentle soul and pure, it just makes everything radiate. He's one of my ultimate favorites.
And what are you wearing?
I'm wearing his stuff, his creations.
I agree with you. He is a very kind man, very talented man. And you see that on the runway.
A lovely husband and father and friend and and his aesthetic is breathtaking. So.
And how's everything going with you? What's going on?
I'm going actually right now. I swore I would only be gone an hour and a half because my kids are having a Valentine's Day card making, and I took a picture with Vanessa Hudgens to let me back in the house. So now they will let me back.
Enjoy
in.
the card making. Thank you for your time. Absolutely. I'm here backstage for the Falcone and Shane Peacock show, and I'm here with Key hairstylist.
Yep. Hi, I'm Matthew Curtis. I'm a global stylist for Tresemme. So,
Tresemme, I use the hairspray. See my hair? That's Tresemme hairspray in there.
Touchable feel, yeah.
That's right.
Great, yeah.
It really is for all the people out there wondering about my hair every day. But I want to talk about the Key hair for this show. It's really exciting. I know the clothes it's going to be wild. I just got done interviewing the designers and they explained the inspiration is a wild woman.
Yeah.
And every woman has it and they're going to show it on the runway. So how did you interpret that into the hair?
Well, I think most of the clothes in the collection, they all have this, it's a real sophisticated, glamorous look. You know, I think something they've always been on about, and I mean, this is a fourth season with them. Something they've always tried to do is portray this glamour, rock, sexy chick, you know? So we tried to keep the hair really wearable, but at the same time, just gave it a slight edge. And say by giving it an edge, I mean, we literally give it an edge. So all the way around the corner of the hairline, we're giving it a blade that travels all the way down. So it's just a bit of a wild kind kind of look to something classic and still sexy and chic. So yeah, it's great. We've got T3 irons that we're using to clamp it all the way down, soaking it with hairspray, Tresemme hairspray, and Tresemme are our main sponsor for this show. So, yeah, it's great.
Hey, thank you so much for your time. Can you give me a hair tip? Let's say that a woman out there has thin hair. What can they do, I don't know, to have more body in their hair if it's thin?
Okay, I mean, there's Tresemme. I've got a 24-hour body range. You can run loads of mousse through your hair, and then comb it all the way through. Tie it in a top knot, a loose, baggy top knot before you go to sleep, and then take it down, and then wear something a bit more disheveled, a bit more kind of wavy. Get some movement in your hair and go for that tousled feel. Not enough people make use of their own texture. It's a shame. So yeah, embrace it.
I am here with Martha Stewart. We're backstage at the Dennis Basso show. It just ended.
30th anniversary, can you believe it?
What were your thoughts on the show?
I thought they were, oh my gosh, the colors are so beautiful. I love the chartreuse and I love that bluey brown. Really pretty.
Now, Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
2 days.
That's right. What would you recommend a loved one to bake for another loved one as a little gift or treat for Valentine's Day?
Oh, well, cookies, make candies, a heart-shaped tart with strawberries. It's all kinds of good things.
Now, do you have a website that fans could go to get more information on?
Millions of ideas at marthastewart.com. Just go to recipes, go to inspiration for Valentine's Day. It's all there.
So marthastewart.com, is that correct?
Yep.
Welcome to Fashion News Live. I'm your host, Rocco. We are here backstage at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Fall/Winter 2013 with James and Mark from Bad Mishka. How do you feel? The show's about to go on. There's people everywhere. Models are getting ready. There's all this excitement and buzz.
It's getting hectic, getting a little frantic back here.
It's always nerve-wracking until the girls are in their first looks, all lined up. They're all here. They all look great. You can kind of see what we've been working on the last 6 months. And then we start to have a little bit of fun.
So let's talk about this collection that we're going to see this season. I've had an opportunity to look in the racks and I see black and gold and red. And I know that you always bring us on a journey. Can you tell me a little bit about the color palette and the fabrics this season?
Sure. Well, the color palette it's sort of a film noir kind of beginning. It's all black and white, the way it's very cinematic. And then we start injecting a little bit of color. The dirty metallics creep in. And then we always pick a few accent colors that we love. There's a beautiful blood red, which I can tell you like. That's filtered throughout the collection. And a really beautiful pine green. That's a really sultry, sexy, sort of emotional evening gown color that I think will really resonate with our girls.
Was there anything specific that inspired both of you for this season?
Absolutely. We were watching a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies this time, sort of these femme fatales with a hidden agenda, maybe a double personality kind of thing. So there's a lot of strictness and control in the clothes as a result. And it's not about flu and flow and diaphanous. It's about very strict, sinuous, controlled silhouette.
Thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I will never miss your show. I think it's been a decade I've been doing. I promise I'll never miss your show. I promise. We are here on Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week at the Zhang Toy Show with a man. I don't need to introduce you. I mean, all the women love you out there. We just had one of the New York housewives come up here and tell you, I want to be on the show with you. I want to be on the show with you. So let's talk about, you're at Fashion Week. I know you're a fan of Zhang Toy. I talked to you last time. What do you think we're going to see on the runway?
Well, he's an interesting dude. He's a funny guy, but he's a little, he's very forward. I just like stuff that's practical, that you can actually, put on and walk out. And he presents that, with a lot of flair, with a lot of creativity. My mom is a big fan now, through Kirsty. Kirsty put on all the women in our life on Zhang Toy collection. So I'm just supporting him any way I can. And we've been going out to a lot of shows this year. I love this. I love watching new things. This is a different genre, different industry, but we're kind of intertwined. We have to stay creative.
I am here with Katia Stern from Vixiana. How do you feel? Come senti? But you had to reply in English.
Yeah, nervosa un po'. A little nervous, but normal.
Your clothes, I'm looking around, you have all these colors and fabrics and just there's so much and so many different outfits. It looks stupendo, very beautiful.
Grazie. Well, I hope so. When it comes down the runway, tell me if you like it. Then I will feel good.
How many pieces are you going to show tonight?
We have 74 exits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the inspiration for this collection this season.
My inspiration is Venezia. Sempre Venezia, always Venice. But truthfully, it's the fabrics and the colors. I go out to the fabric market, I find what's interesting and inspiring to me. And then I sit down, lock myself in, turn on the music, and design. That's it.
I am standing here front row with the very beautiful Angela Simmons.
Thank you.
Oh, you know it's true. You know it's true. And you look great.
Stop. Thank you.
So what have you been up to? What's going on? You're always a busy woman.
Right now, you know me. I'm actually working on launching my website right now, angelaim.com. There'll be really fun things on there, beauty tips, fashion tips, e-commerce, a whole lot going on there. And I'm also working on my own clothing line, so it's in the works. Real magic going on. I'm about to shoot my lookbook for it, so exciting stuff.
Are you going to shoot that in New York or Los Angeles?
Yeah, of course, here. I moved to New York for it.
You did? When did you move to New York?
September, October, I moved here.
That is exciting because I remember when you were interviewing for Fashion News Live, but we were getting
Here, yeah.
No, you did a great job, and people loved the interviews. But you were asking a lot of probing questions to get information, which was awesome.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm here and I'm doing it. Yeah, totally.
And you're at the Richard Chai show.
Wow, that's actually awesome. And what are you wearing?
Richard Chai.
That's right. And we're at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week for Fall Winter 2013.
2013.
And I'm here with Ashley Simpson. You look very beautiful, by the way.
Thank you, and you look sharp.
Why, thank you. We look like a couple hanging out here. All right, so I want to talk to you first about your music. I interviewed your sister and your mom when your sister launched her line at Miami Mercedes-Benz Fashion Swim Week. And your mom actually explained how she got your sister involved with music. And I was wondering if it was the same process with you, or how did that come about?
Music has just always been a part of my life. I grew up as a ballerina and grew up dancing, and music and theater has always been a part of my life, and expressing yourself through that. It's something that I grew up around, and
that's awesome.
You know, gotta express yourself.
And then what are you working on right now? Is there any specific projects you're working on that you can tell us about?
Yeah, I'm working on a new record, and I do the tween line with my sister, and then some other line stuff in the works. So, and I'm working on being a wonderful mother.
Oh, congratulations. And an aunt, right? And an aunt.
Yes, a very proud one.
So let's talk about motherhood. Is it as difficult as we think it all is, or is it?
Oh, it's the best gift in the whole world. You know, how is it I mean, there are always days that are like, you know, but you get through it.
Now, my sister had a baby and she's actually pregnant again. And I remember after she had her first son, she was texting me, or no, on Facebook, she put, "This is the best job I've ever had and I'm so in love, but it's the hardest job I've ever had." Is it like that? You're just like so much in love?
I mean, definitely it's that love. There is, yeah, of course.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, and
Absolutely.
I promise I won't take your job.
No, it would be fun.
Maybe I will. I don't know.
Hey, it'll be my new co-host for Fashion Week. What do you guys think about that?
Sounds like a good deal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have so
Absolutely.
much fun.
You
Have a
too.
great week. Enjoy the shows.
Thank you. It's beautiful, Carol Auld. What did you think of the 30th anniversary Dennis Basso show?
I couldn't have thought of a better 30th anniversary show than that. The pieces were just stunning. And you know what, it was funny because the other evening at Dennis Cole, it was all day, and at Kenneth Cole, it was all day, and at Dennis, it was all evening. Every piece was spectacular, exquisite, so well done. Did I leave fur all over you?
No,
I see
you could shed on me all you want. 'Cause I know
Not
anything
in my
comes out.
Dennis Basso
That's
coat.
right.
We don't shed.
No, we don't shed. You're awesome.
The expensive fur, we don't shed. No, I mean, it was just, the materials that he chose for the gowns was exquisite. The pieces, how he put them together with the crocodile coats on top, and then just this exquisite silhouette. I mean, you could just tell Dennis likes women.
Right.
You really can. He just loves the female silhouette. Sometimes you wonder the way that a designer puts together a show that he covers up the female form. But Dennis does not. He really lets that shine through. It was really wonderful. I enjoyed it very much.
It was a very beautiful show. So what have you been up to? How's everything going? I know that you just had a new book come out. So tell me about that book.
Well, last year, yeah, Rocco, thank you. Last year was a perfect storm because we had the About Face for HBO, the documentary, the new book, Easy, Sexy, Raw, and of course the Woody Allen film, I Love Rome. And you know, that kind of left me blank for this year because last year I spent the entire year doing promotion. So I came up with an idea and a project, and I'm in the moment of selling it. So.
Okay.
I'm scared
That's
to talk about
Right,
it.
you currently have something in development that we can't talk about. I totally understand.
I was hoping to have it ready for Fashion Week, but I don't have it ready
Well,
for
you
Fashion
could
Week.
call me up or text me and say, I got this story for you. Okay.
I
And
could
then
do that.
That would be great.
I could do that. Give you the exclusive. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, right here on Fashion News Live. I would love that.
Okay, well, if it comes through, which should be, God willing, in the next few days. Woo. You and me both. I will let you know.
We are here front row with Christina Ricci. How do you feel?
Great. I'm really excited to see Richie's show.
And what are you wearing today?
I'm wearing Richard Chai.
Wow, well, it looks very beautiful. I think the blue compliments you. I wanted to ask you what you've been doing, what's happening.
I've taken a little time off, but I've been working on Smurfs 2, which is coming out, and I have some other stuff that's in the works.
I mean, what do you do when you're not working on set filming movies and programs?
What everybody else does, you know, run errands, see family, work out.
And what is your favorite thing on set to do?
Well, usually when you're on set, you're working, or everything that has to do with working.
And then what do you do to prepare for a film? If you get a script and something you're interested in doing, is there anything specific?
I think it really depends on the nature of the project. But I'm really excited to be here. I can't wait for the show to start, and I love his clothes. I think he's just an amazing designer, so I'm really excited.
Welcome to Fashion News Live. I'm your host, Rocco. I am here with the very stunning Danielle. You look great. What are you wearing?
Thank you. I'm wearing a Jonathan Simkai skirt and a friend of mine top, Alexander Wang heels. And, you know.
So tell me about this brand ambassadorship.
Okay, so I am the first blogger ambassador for IMG Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, which means I'll basically...
Excuse me. That was Hal. He's a fashion editor, and he doesn't care when he walks by and kills interviews, and he's an asshole, I guess. His name's Hal Bernstein or something like that, or Hal...
My last name's Bernstein. We're not related at all. So basically, I'll be producing video content for IMG throughout the week and talking about the trends at the end of the week and my favorite and just the shows I go to. Yeah, it's kind of Fashion Week through the eyes of a blogger, which has never been done before, so we're really excited about it.
I can't wait to read up and look at it.
Yes, me too. I can't wait.
I'm here with the very beautiful designer, part of the design team, right? You and your husband doing these amazing collections every season. Now, the BCBG runway show just ended, and I would like you to tell me a little bit about it, about the color palette, the fabric, the construction, the brand.
You have an hour?
Well, actually we do. Coffee, please, coffee.
I was last September. I had an incredible pleasure of going to Istanbul, and I was so inspired by the history inlaid in the walls of this beautiful city, and it was just so amazing. So I took tons of pictures, came back home, and started getting inspired by all the tiles, and that's where the colors come from: the blue, the burgundies, the beautiful browns and camels, and then black and white, of course, is very classic. And in terms of textures, we have a lot of beautiful texture. It's fall. So we have jacquards, silk chiffons, crepes, oh my God, dobbies, twills, you know, all the beautiful beadings on tulle. So everything, we want it to look like almost like a gypsy-like, you know, where you put the most beautiful pieces.
Effortless and...
Yes.
I think you really did a good job and you achieved that. Now, if you could define the brand, who is that BCBG runway woman, the brand?
Well, I think that BCBG Max Azri, a woman, is always in forefront of fashion. She knows what she wants, and she knows when she wants it as well. I think she loves the idea that we're American house, but with European sensibility.
I am here with Kevin and Danielle. We are front row. The runway is right in front of us for the Pamela Rowan Show. We're at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. We can touch it with our feet.
Yeah.
So, what are you wearing today?
Actually, surprisingly, unplanned, I'm wearing Top Man. She's wearing Top Shop, which is perfect. I think it, you know, for us, as much as we travel and different things, they're a great option because, you know, London-based and different things. Hers is the couture line, though, so it's a little extra special.
And the necklace, do you know where the necklace is from?
That's actually from Topshop too.
You guys look very fashionable and amazing. Black is definitely a color that we're seeing on the runway all the time. So the other question I had is, you started out as a musician and you get a lot of attention, a lot of notoriety in the business from music, and now you're opening your life with this reality show.
Yeah.
Is there a difference in the attention that you're getting now by opening yourself completely to the world, showing them an insight, you know, of your intimate home and travels and everything you're doing?
I think they come up to you and they come up and they actually know you because they know what's going on in your life. So they're like, "How's the dogs?"
They feel like they're a part of your world because you let them into it. So it's funny that people feel like they know us and have a relationship with us, and we've never met them. And I think that so there's much more conversation happening with complete strangers.
That must be a really weird feeling.
It's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah, it works out.
Yeah.
So what advice would you want to give to all the fans out there that watch your show religiously, that listen to your music, that you know, love everything that you're doing?
I think, you know, it's just be yourself. You know, we are who we are, and we're enjoying each other and enjoying the moments and having fun doing this together.
I'm here with my friend Michael Kaluva. Are you excited? Do you have butterflies going through your stomach? How do you feel?
This is an amazing collection. This is one that comes from actually like my soul and my heart. I put everything that I love into fashion into this collection. It's I Crave You collection because I crave everything in this collection.
Okay, give me some examples. What are we gonna see on the runway, or what are we seeing right now on the runway?
I am influenced by the top designers, Karl Lagerfeld for Chanel. I'm also love the stylist of Patricia Field. So I mixed the two and I put it into a Tumblr and Tipsy sort of aesthetic. So we have our tweed that's mixed with our urban feel with this total glitz and glam of Tumblr and Tipsy.
Now let's talk about the logo. Your logo is an English bulldog. Let's talk about that.
I love my bulldog. His name is Cooper. He's a miniature English bulldog, and he's the logo of the entire label, and he's my baby.
I also have one. Her name is Tula. Maybe we should let Cooper and Tula have a play date and go on a date.
Definitely. They definitely need a play date.
I will be coming back to LA very soon for the Oscars, and we'll have to come and play.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we have so many Oscar dresses going down. So yes, definitely we'll have an Oscar party.
That would be fun. That would be
play date party.
Yes, even better, even better. So if you could define your brand, who is that man? Who is that woman?
It is the person that wants to let loose, have fun, go to work in a Chanel type tweed dress, but come out looking like Tumblr and Tipsy for the club and dinner with your boyfriend.
I am backstage at the Betsy Johnson show with the very beautiful Lulu Johnson. Hello, you look great. What are you wearing?
Thank you. I'm actually, I think it's Balmain's like less expensive line.
Oh, well, it's very beautiful and fits your body and your curvature perfectly.
Something Balmain or Balmain something, right? I don't know.
So I'm walking through the lobby of the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, and FNL Network has a lounge. And on this lounge, they have huge televisions everywhere, and they're playing on replay, like the preview of your reality show coming out.
So you've actually seen more of the show than I have at this point.
Maybe, but I couldn't hear anything. It's just, you know, it's showing footage, but with no sound.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm very excited to see it myself because it was a wonderful experience, but very draining because, you know, it's about me exposing, I think for the first time, who I really am. And I think, you know, there's thousands, millions of Betsy Johnson fans, but people don't really know who I am and what my background is. And we're just really close and have a lot of love for each other, but also we're like sisters. So we can drive each other a little crazy at times. And so that's really what the show is about. And I'm also coming out with my own lines. So it's about me stepping out from underneath my mother's shadow, if you will.
And how many episodes did you guys film?
We did we just filmed the first season and we did 8 to 10 episodes. And it was like 3 to 6 scenes a day and
Non-stop, go, go, go.
Yeah, nonstop for like 2 months. So
well, I'm excited to see it. Do you know when it's going to premiere?
It's going to premiere in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what day and time?
FNL Network. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Everyone can, I'm sure you can Google it or look on your local TV listings.
I think it's going to be advertised everywhere. So you'll know when it's about to come out.
Can you give us any insight of, is there anything you could let us know that...
Let's see. Well, my mother turned 70 during the show. Yeah, and so there was a big fashion show. There was a big thing about that, and she's just kind of been going. And I don't know. I go on a blind date, and I go on I jump through some hoops to try to get some licensing deals, and we go to therapy together, and yeah, we go to like couples therapy. It's crazy.
That's actually, it sounds like a really entertaining show, and that you've really opened up to the audience and the fans out there. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I kind of unzippered my soul and gave like blood and tears. Yeah, so it's deep. It's fun and yet deep, and yeah, so it's everything. It's a little bit of absolutely everything.
Well, I can't wait to watch it, and I hope all of you guys tune into the show. And I'm assuming, you know, just from what I've been able to experience the last decade of actually covering Betsey Johnson and watching her shows, and I'm pretty sure I was at her birthday party. Cyndi Lauper sung there, right?
Yes.
I was at her birthday party. It was last September.
Yeah, and I popped out of the cake.
That's right. That is right.
Yeah, don't you remember
Yeah,
that?
I do.
Hello.
It's really sexy. That the show is going to be an absolute hit, and I'll make sure to TiVo it.
There's no cake for me to pop out of this year, so.
Well, we'll have to work something out with my birthday or
Maybe
something
you
like
can
that.
Talk to, maybe you have some in with
Yeah.
Betsy, and you can
I'll have to talk to
get
her.
me in somehow. I don't know.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Absolutely. I am here with Naeem Khan. How do you feel? The show just ended. Your friends, colleagues, fans, everyone's hugging you, kissing you. Great job. But what's that feeling like?
Oh my God, my heart was going at 1,000 miles an hour. So it's so exhilarating. And the fashion, I mean, the show was amazing. So very happy. And to see your friends,
Right here.
I love it. I mean, it really calms you down.
So let's talk about what we saw on the runway today. I would like to know about the color palette, the inspiration, the fabric.
Okay, so it all started with Erte, 1920s, the drawings of Erte. How do we take Erte? Josephine Baker, so all those lines, when you saw those skirts which were draped in that way, those were all from the drawings of Erte. Then we looked at the Ottoman Empire. We took all the gold work and had that done on velvets, the coats. So it was luxury. I just wanted over-the-top luxury.
Christopher and Nicholas, how do you feel before the show?
Well, actually, see, we're pretty subdued because we're like, you know,
We're excited on the inside, calm on the outside.
sleepless nights, so we're not super animated in the morning, but we're pretty excited. Yeah.
So what are we going to see on the runway today? The fabrics, the inspiration, the theme.
Hopefully some amazing stuff, but the theme is sort of an Arctic explorer, and Nick can talk about what the items you'll be
Yeah,
seeing.
it was inspired by an explorer named Peter Freuchen, who actually was the first explorer to marry into an Inuit tribe. So it has this utilitarian nomadic feel, which is right up our alley. And so you're going to see a lot of like wintry parkas, and you know the stark contrast between white and black. You know, that kind of resembles the beautiful glacier landscapes in the barren like atmosphere, and shades of blue that resemble the water, steel grays, and it has a very military trooper feel for the men's, and you know, a very nomadic kind of savage, beautiful, strong feeling for the girls.
I always enjoy watching your shows because you show men, and I can wear the men's clothes, so it's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. And your dog is beautiful. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. Your show just ended, and I was like, wow, it was really beautiful. And I wanted to ask you about the color palette, the fabric, the stitching, you know, like the details of the actual putting it together.
Well, you know, for me, after coming off of spring, which is really lighthearted and free-spirited, I wanted this collection to have something that felt quite dressed up in a way, but the idea of dressing up for the day, and this idea of kind of these military gang of boys and girls just, you know, looking really sleek, kind of pounding the pavement in New York.
And if you could define the brand, who is that brand?
It's just honestly, you know, Richard Chai Love, you know, spawned off of my mainline collection and my men's collection, and it's really just, you know, casual, cool with a refined edge to it.
I'm standing on the runway with the one and only Robert DeMauro right here at the Joanna Masrani Show. It's about to start. What do you expect to see on the runway today?
Greatness. Joanna is one of the unheralded great designers in the industry, and I always know that something wonderful and magnificent is going to come down the runway, and never fails. Great design, really truly one of the great designers in the industry that more people need to know about. Also one of the great people walking the planet as well. So I'm just I'm very excited to see what Joanna will be doing. So
I agree with you 100%. Yes, I am. I actually got a little sneak peek backstage. I'm really excited. I know she spends the entire 6-month span from one season to the other, making everything in New York City by hand.
Yes.
She is an amazing designer, and it always blows me away to watch her collection on the runway and premiere.
And also, my knowing her for so many years, and Gideon, and watching the progression over the years, and when she did presentations in her showroom back in the day, even then, really being able to experience her great artistry up close was just a great. I always was so looking forward to a Joanna presentation of her work. So it's always one of the highlights of my week, as highlights everyone else's week. I'm sure.
I agree with you. Sammy from Blue Bloods, and you're actually wearing a very beautiful BCBG blue dress.
Thank you.
So how did you like the show?
Oh my God, it was gorgeous, absolutely stunning. There were some unbelievable coats, some great leather. I cannot wait to hopefully wear some of it on the carpet coming up in the next couple months.
That's awesome. Now, I know that you're a series regular on Blue Blood, but you also have some films coming out. Could you tell me a little bit about the films?
I have one coming out in a couple months called The Congress. I co-star with Robin Wright, Paul Giamatti, and Harvey Keitel. I have one that I just shot in New Orleans for a month that I did where I co-starred with Kristen Wiig, Guy Pearce, Nick Nolte, and Haley Steinfeld. I have another one that I did right before that called Noah, directed by Darren Aronofsky.
You're like a busy woman that's nonstop, which is a good thing in this business, right? Because you don't know when the next gig's going to come up.
And then Blue Bloods, I do 9 months out of the year, so I'm doing these movies while I'm doing Blue Bloods.
Okay, so for 9 months, you're filming your series regular on Blue Blood, and then the 3 other months.
No, I do these movies while I'm doing Blue Bloods, and in the 3 months that or 2 months that I have off, really, it's really 10 months now we film Blue Bloods. So
They say that Ryan Seacrest is like the hardest working guy in Hollywood or whatever, but it sounds like you are. You're like filming nonstop.
I don't know if I'm the hardest, but I try hard. I don't know if I could beat Ryan Seacrest, though, probably not.
So how is it on set at Blue Bloods working with the other co-stars?
Tom Selleck plays my grandfather. I mean, I don't think you could hope for a better actor. And then my mother, Bridget Moynihan, my uncle, Donnie Wahlberg. I mean, it's just a myriad of incredible actors and talented human beings and just really beautiful people. And I'm really grateful to be on the show.
Thank you so much for your time. You look absolutely stunning.
Nice
absolutely.
to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. We are here on the runway with Sandra Bernhardt.
On the runway, I will dance for you.
Dance, Sandra, dance. I love it. So what brings you to Fashion Week?
Well, I'm going to a couple of select shows. Ralph Rucci is my dear friend, and he's been designing for me for the last, I guess, almost 2 years now. He's been incredibly supportive of my work and coming up with great, ensembles for the stage. And that's why I'm here tonight.
And what are you wearing this evening?
I am wearing a Ralph Rucci fabulous, simple, elegant dress.
Can we do a pan of this beautiful Ralph Rucci dress?
I mean, it's fitted, it's gorgeous, it's comfortable. You can move in it, you can wear it, you can rock it out, you can dress it up.
I agree
but
with
never
you.
down.
You're right, and it looks absolutely stunning. I love the way that it contours to your body and the silhouette. It's great. It's very sexy.
I agree.
So what have you been up to? How's everything going?
Well, everything's amazing. I've been on the road doing all my one-woman shows. I'm in the middle of developing some TV shows for myself, guest appearances on some existing TV shows, singing, writing music, kind of what I always do. But it's always inspiring and new and fresh, and I love what I get to do.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rocco.
You look stunning in this dress.
Happy
Absolutely.
Fashion Week.
Yes, happy Fashion Week. Thank you for watching Fashion News Live, and stay tuned as we continue showcasing the best of the best right here at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, Fall Winter 2012. No, 13.
No,
it's 2013.
Honey, we could be even further along if we wanted it to be.
2025.
Yeah.
No. Thank you so much. Thank
you, honey.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Sergio, your collection's about to hit the runway.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. You know that we followed you all the way to Lima, Peru, and came to your store and everything.
Guys, yeah, that was awesome. You came to the store and you see how we live there. That's cool. Yeah.
So what are we going to see on the runway today?
Well, basically, I got inspired by old cities in North America and South America. I moved for 6 months to this Victorian apartment in downtown Lima, close to Chinatown. And we actually took all these ideas from architecture and the people that live there. We got ideas from some of the punks, the local punks. And basically, it's a little bit of old cities, New York, San Francisco, Lima, North and South America. Yeah.
So what about the fabrics?
Basically, everything is like 100% natural fibers. like wools and mixed with baby alpaca and Pima cottons and Tanwis cottons. Everything that we produce there. And design in New York, because my team goes back and forth. We started in the United States. The United States is a big inspiration for us, but we produce a lot of the line in Peru to keep it closer. Yeah.
I'm here with fashion designer Sung Jung Wong for her Fall/Winter 2013 collection at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. How do you feel?
I'm so nervous and so happy. I have a show in Lincoln Center, makes me happy.
I saw some of the pieces and it's really beautiful. Tell me your inspiration for this collection.
I got inspired by painter Kandinsky. His composition series expressed the flow of music with dynamic color. This artwork is like a symphony, and I was charmed by Catherine Palace graceful.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
Absolutely, the one and only Tadashi Shoji. How are you doing today?
Okay, Rocco. Okay, how are you?
I'm doing good. I am always excited to see your show. I never miss any of your shows. So can you tell me what we are going to see today on the runway?
This year, this fall, inspiration came from St. Petersburg, and I went there. And theme is I made a story. And the Romanov Empire is collapsing before the revolution. And those 12 princesses escaping from St. Petersburg wearing disguised peasant clothes. But peasant clothes, I think we have to make real dressy peasant clothes. And in the cold winter, snowfield in Siberia, crying and running away. That is my story.
Now, I know that with each individual outfit that you design, you are hands-on and you start draping the material on the mannequin with every single outfit.
That's correct. That's correct. So this time silhouette changed. It's back volume, like what's Russian Orthodox clergy's cope. What's clergy wearing clothes. That is kind of back volume, trapeze kind. That is inspired me. So it's a lot of back volume, wattle neckline and wattle back, and in the this kind of cave in the behind over there cave. And those kind of stuff, which we use.
We are here front row at the Tracy Reese show, and it is insane, isn't it? I feel like I'm being pushed around.
It's pretty insane. It's like a mob.
It is. It really is. So what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Tracy Reese.
Did we do a quick pan?
Yes, of course.
I'm good. How are you? It looks very beautiful on you, and we're matching. I love the black.
I love black. Black is my go-to color.
Yes, you never go wrong with black. It's always classic.
Never.
So I wanted to ask you about the current projects you're working on and the project you worked on before. So how does it feel to be on such a successful program?
Which program?
Pretty Little Liars is one.
Yes.
And the other one has something to do with vampires. I'd like to talk about that.
Yes, both are amazing. But I've just recently signed on as a series regular to Army Wives.
Really?
Yes.
Alan Cummings is a friend of mine. He's really cool.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been having a blast. They're doing like a reboot. So they cast a bunch of new characters. Brooke Shields going to be on, Ashanti. So, yeah.
Have you worked with Brooke before?
I have never.
She's really nice too.
I've heard amazing things about her, so I'm very excited to meet her.
So then let's talk. I want to talk about you and what you do for your beauty regimen.
Okay.
So how do you keep fit? What do you do with your skin? Because you look great.
I try to drink a lot of water. I've gotten it in my head that no matter how bad I eat, if I drink a lot of water, it'll flush it out.
Flushes it out of your system.
Yeah, that's my tip.
Well, have you ever experienced any type of bullying? There's this massive bullying epidemic happening in the States. I was just wondering if you've had any personal experiences and if you could share, how maybe you were able to overcome it, or maybe a friend of yours because it seems like kids in school now are dealing with this.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give props to kids in school today because I don't think I would have made it through middle school and high school with social media. I mean, all I had was a pager in high school, and people found ways to do bad things with that. So I can't even imagine. But yeah, I mean, I think it would be abnormal to go through childhood without getting bullied in some way. And I have an amazing family, so they were always a great support system for me, and just kind of always encouraged my choices, whether they be weird or quirky, whatever it was, they just kind of had my back, so it made it a lot easier.
Now you said a pager, it brings back a memory. Do you remember what 143 meant in the pager if you got it from your boyfriend?
I love you.
Yeah. See, people now wouldn't even know what a beeper is.
43770 was hello.
Yes, yeah, because if you looked at it, it said
Yeah,
hello.
upside down, yeah.
Now we have cell phones, we can just text each other. But back then we had to be like inventive and innovative and think of how to communicate without actually calling the person back.
Exactly. Exactly,
I
yes.
actually forgot about beepers until you said it.
I know, right? They're crazy.
You get a quarter and run to the payphone and say, okay, I'm calling you. What do you want?
Yeah. Hurry, this is my only quarter.
I'm here with Val Garland at the BCBG Max Azaria Runway Collection. She's Key Makeup, and I saw you doing some makeup over there, and I wanted to ask you about the colors and the inspiration and how you collaborate together with the designer to actually come up with that makeup look.
Okay, so I have a long collaboration with BCBG, and I kind of know their woman. And this season, the woman is, she's inspired by the look of Kate Moss. It's very sort of like effortlessly cool. It's really real. It's just all about beautiful, flawless skin. The detail is on the eye. It's about a sort of a modern sort of smoky eye. So instead of using blacks and charcoals, I'm using this really beautiful charcoal brown pencil, and so it's really easy to do. You just take the pencil, you just rub it across your eye, you can use your fingertips, you can have a smoky eye in about 5 minutes.
And then how do you do that again?
It's easy. I mean, you just use the pencil, you just brush it across your lid, and then you can either take a brush, I'm using a Sephora brush, or you can use your finger and then just blend it into the skin. I mean, it's very, very quick. I then top that off with a chocolate mascara from Dior. It's a waterproof mascara, so it doesn't budge. And then it's a glossy lip and beautiful, glowing, bronzed skin. So it's a very outdoorsy, real look.
And then what is your favorite thing about doing makeup? Because you're a professional makeup artist, you're doing it for many years.
I think I love makeup because every time I have someone in front of me, it's different. You know, it's a different eye, it's a different skin. I mean, each makeup is individual. I mean, I just love it. I just love getting my hands in there. I love it.
I always say makeup artists are like artists that paint on a canvas, but the canvas is a human face or a body, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, it's great, and you get to meet lots of wonderful people. Yeah, it's a very inspiring profession. I love it.